Bienvenidos y bienvenidas a la Zumpuliche Interview con Jhon Jatenjor.
Hello.
That's a nice apartment you've got there. Hi, Jhon Jatenjor. How are you doing?
Es un buen fondo. Good.
Love the backdrop.
Hola Andrés.
Hi Nelson, I am Andrés, I will be your translator. Hola John, qué pena la demora, pero ya estoy listo.
Hello,
¿Nos
Andres.
escuchas perfectamente?
Hello, I'm in the darkness, but here in my city, it's like 34 degrees of heat.
Ooh, that's hot.
Yes, really hot, really hot. But we are used to it.
Okay. How do you deal with that? Do you have all the windows open? You have aircon? You have ice packs?
I am lucky because I live like in a older neighborhood, and the older houses got a lot of plants, a lot of not trees, but a lot of plants. Of we call it matas here. So that gives us some ventilation, but sometimes is not enough because. But I had to tell you something before the interview. Cucuta is not like the city of streets, because it's the city with most trees on the streets in Colombia.
Oh, how wonderful.
Wonderful, yes.
Yeah, some shade, some breeze, hopefully.
Yes, is the only way to keep us cool. So hot every time. Okay, I will be the translator. John le está diciendo que vivimos en la ciudad de los árboles, que hace mucho calor y nada, que quedado atento a lo que digas.
No, ok, Andrés, muchas gracias. De hecho, toda Latinoamérica está esperando esta oportunidad con Nelson Wong, porque créanme que esto ha sido uno de los logros más grandes del canal, porque son muy pocas como que las apariciones que dan como en entrevistas, y desde que sigo tu trabajo en Most Primate, eso es algo totalmente muy alocado siguiendo tu trabajo, y la verdad es, ¿qué puedes reconocer o destacar de lo que has aprendido desde ese primer rol hasta la actualidad?
Okay, this is really having you here, Nelson, is an accomplishment from this channel, because we know that you don't give a lot of interviews, and it shows the way that this place is growing. So this is a space to talk about movies and how is the world in movies and in TV most for learning, because this is a place in the city there is not universities that teach these areas. So we are going to talk about one of your serious roles, the hockey player in Most Vertical Primate. What yes, no, it's a very crazy movie. What can you tell us about what have you learned back from 20 years from now?
What have I learned since that movie?
Yes, and tell us about this movie, because I don't know in the States, but in Colombia it's very common to in the Saturday mornings watch movies with animals, talking animals with it's like a thing now. Every Sunday and every Saturday in the mornings there is a movie like Most Vertical Primate. So
Yes, I was very lucky. Very lucky. It's the world of Robert Vince. He's a genius when it comes to these movies. He was the one that created the Air Bud franchises with the dogs, and then the snow puppies and the most valuable primate with the monkey. And it was one of my very first jobs. It was because I had played hockey that I got an opportunity to play the goalie on the team. And it was such a great way to get introduced to movie making and watching other amazing character actors work. And then I got to hug a monkey. That was part of the training, was the monkey. We had to get the monkey comfortable with us. And so in all of my gear, I had to take the mask off because the mask was a bit scary for the monkey, but we had to get acclimated with each other. And then to finish off, he gave me a little monkey hug, which was a great way to get introduced to the movie business.
And to the movie star. The monkey is the movie star, so that's the way to... Okay, we'll translate. Bueno, John, una historia muy bella, porque sí, claro, es uno de sus primeros roles, pero para él fue una oportunidad muy genial comenzar con el trabajo de Robert Vince. Tú sabes muy bien que Robert Vince es el genio de este tipo de películas, que es el creador de Airbot. Nada más creo que con Airbot tenemos. Dice que es muy interesante porque Nelson juega hockey. Él en realidad es un jugador de hockey y esto, pues para él fue genial ser incluso no solo un jugador de hockey, sino como el anotador, ¿no? O sea, tú sabes muy bien que en esa película él es el anotador estrella, y dice que el mejor momento es que tuvo la oportunidad de abrazar, y yo le dije a la estrella, claro, él para lograr aclimatar al protagonista se tuvo que quitar la máscara y abrazarlo. Entonces tiene esa anécdota muy, muy bella.
Oh, qué anécdota tan bonita. De hecho, ¿a qué equipo de hockey vas? Porque todos queremos como que saber.
Okay, as you can see, hockey is not popular. It's not even a sport here in Colombia because we don't got snow. Well, only in some mountains. But we want to know, what is your favorite team? So we can learn.
My favorite? Oh, team? Well, I have to side with the Vancouver Canucks because that's where I am. I'm based in Vancouver. So for hockey, it's the Canucks. The history of the team, they sort of started when I was around my age, when I was born. So I have a little, it's my team. But I really love wrestling. Outside of hockey, like the sport that I love watching is pro wrestling.
John is a big pro wrestler fan. Tell us your favorite wrestler.
Triple H.
Oh my God. Triple H.
Yeah.
Whoa. This moment will...
Yeah, he's. I can do this because it's my apartment. I'm gonna be all wet and glistening.
Ay, yo ya sé cómo podemos terminar la entrevista. Pero bueno, okay, I will translate. I was saying to John that maybe we know how can we end the interview, doing a little Triple H.
Me too. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, I will translate. Bueno, John, como te diste cuenta, los Canucks de Vancouver, su ciudad natal, hay una historia muy particular, digamos que la vida de Nelson va muy atada a ese equipo porque el equipo nació en la misma época que él nació.
Oh.
Que él es un gran fan de, pues tú te diste cuenta, del wrestling, de Triple H es su favorito.
Who's your favorite wrestler?
¿Cuál es tu favorito, John?
Mi favorito son tres. Tengo tres favoritos. Es Triple H, Undertaker y John Cena.
And
I understood that, yeah.
and we got the opportunity to interview in this channel to Michael Mahalati. He's one of the stars in Europe. We will this interview. John después le comparte la entrevista de Michael, obviamente nuestros cortos.
Disfrutará al Starbot. Eso es.
Starbot, the famous Starbot from Finland. He's a Canadian, but he's living in Finland. And he has wrestled all these. His biggest triumph was wrestling against, I don't know, it was Tajiri in Japan. He fought in Japan. Yes, John is an expert. I am just the translator.
Yes.
I am learning. I need to learn. I learn about hockey and about wrestling. And John, ok, siguiente pregunta.
De acuerdo, Nelson, lo más importante que como fanáticos de tu trabajo y se valora muy bien todo lo que has hecho, toda su carrera, pero hay dos cosas importantes que uno merece saber desde tu opinión, perspectiva cinéfila, es hay dos temas que siempre le han generado como mayor protagonismo, que es el tema sobre actuar en un género sobre que están los animales y un género sobre deportes. ¿Qué se necesita para que esa esencia nunca deje de irse? O sea, para que el público recupere ese amor. ¿Qué recomendación das como no solo como actor, sino también como espectador?
Hey, a tricky question, but I know I can do it. In most of your work, of your artwork, you have participated in uh, yes movies and shows about or animals or sports. John, and we want to know not only as an actor but as a spectator, as a person that go and see movies. How can you, I don't know, prepare or to make the people, the moviegoers, to remember those feelings, to love this kind of tradition or movies or words, because sometimes we feel like this is going to get lost, but no, we need to retain this kind of words for all the family, for all the people who love animals, who love sports. So tell us about an actor and as a moviegoer.
Well, it's as an actor, the idea of having a goal, which sports is about. It's a very easy story to get behind. Some entity wants something, and there's something in the way. That's basic storytelling uh, for actors, for story, and sports is such an easy way in for everybody. Like you said, for the entire family. So as an actor, um, it's nice and clear, and you understand what the goal is, you understand what the obstacles are, and that's every scene for an actor, whether it's a drama or a comedy. It's someone wanting something and something that's in the way, which raises the dramatic stakes. In terms of working with animals, you can't get ahead of the animal. As a bad actor, you can get ahead of a scene. You can be thinking about your lines. You can be anticipating something that you're going to do with your hands. With an animal, you can't. You have to be in the moment with the animal. So that's it's a very special, magical place that creates real life moments. And I'm really happy that the audience receives that they are in the moment with us, and they understand in a very clear way the mechanics of what makes good scene work.
Yes, great answer. It also reminds me one of the previous guests was Brian Bad, and he tells us that the hard thing to work with animals and with kids is that they stole the scene. They stole the scene. So we can
Andrés, una
okay.
pregunta. Dígame si no veo atrás de Nelson Wu
Yes,
la figura de Steve.
claro. Nelson, of course, we John and we watched the figure of Steen. Steen is
Oh, Steve Bonded. Oh my God.
The which one?
the Steen. Look at the figure, the action figure of Steen.
La de atrás.
Oh, right there, yeah. There he is, Sting
Yes,
and Triple H.
yes. Oh,
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
that's my hobby.
Oh,
I just love wrestling because it's for us in North America. I grew up in Canada, and on TV, it was a lot of white faces in North American television, and wrestling was the most diverse show on television in the 80s. I mean, someone had to play the bad guys, but still, it was the most diverse show on television. So for me, it's an essential form of theater: physical acting, heroes and villains, and diversity. I love wrestling.
yes, amazing. Okay, I will translate that also. Bueno, tres increíbles respuestas, John. Primero, eh, sobre la tradición de las películas de deportes. Pues como actor para él es fácil entender eso. Tú sabes muy bien que al reunir una familia en una película de deportes, se sabe que siempre hay un objetivo y el equipo debe conseguir ese objetivo y ese objetivo, esa consecución del objetivo es lo que une a las familias. Sobre trabajar con animales, se tiene que entender algo. Un mal actor quiere opacar al animal. Un buen actor sabe muy bien quién es la estrella de la película. Dice que eso le encanta. Y claro, sobre las figuras atrás, las increíbles figuras, dice que al haber crecido en Canadá, estaba aburrido de ver gente blanca en televisión. Y gracias a la lucha, en los 80s, pues las personas norteamericanas pudieron ver diversidad. Y además pudieron ver incluso quiénes eran los buenos y los malos. Y esa diversidad, pues, lo que los unió. Y creo que esa diversidad es lo que nos hace amar, bueno, más a ti, el wrestling, ¿no? Pero bueno.
La pregunta importante es, ¿veremos alguna vez a Nelson Wood actuar en lucha libre?
Oh, Nelson, Nelson, we will see in the future, I hope near future, you doing something related to wrestling? I don't know, acting or stage, please. Yes?
Absolutely. Absolutely. When I first started, I mean, I hope it's coming. Maybe I'll write it. If no one's gonna, if it hasn't been written and I can't get cast in it, maybe I'll write it. But when I first started my training, one of the things that I did was I went to a wrestling school to try to learn that a little bit of that craft. So I'm probably wouldn't be, I don't know, maybe, I mean, Jack Black did an amazing job of playing in a wrestling movie, so dreams can come true. So maybe one day.
Nacho Libre has become, oh, this answer, we love it. Cesar, he's one of the people from this channel, but he cannot be here. Cesar is from Mexico. Nacho Libre has become not one cool movie, the cool movie from all Latin America. Is I know it's a cool movie in the States, but in Latin America it's like a religion because, you know, in Mexico they're wrestling the luchador, the Blue Demon, and El Santo. So Nelson, if you participate in something in wrestling, please tell us.
Yes, I'll let you know.
You say in this channel, you will say it again. Okay, I will tell John. John, le dije a Wong, a Nelson, que si él es llamado para hacer un rol en que tenga que ver con wrestling, nos avisen, porque lo dijo en este canal y él tiene que llamarnos. Dijo que sí. Dice que si Jack Black lo hizo muy bien, tú sabes, en esa increíble película que es Nacho Libre, ¿por qué no él? Y que dice que una de las primeras cosas que hizo para entrar a este negocio fue entrar a una escuela de wrestling.
Oh my God. ¿Qué llave?
Okay. What is your favorite lock? What is your
my favorite
move? Yes.
I mean, there's gosh. I mean, there's so many good, like, you know, great moves, but for me, a suplex, just a nicely done suplex, because it takes two, right? It takes the other guy to make it look good too. So whether it's like a standing, you know, Harley Race suplex where he holds him up for a little while before letting him go, or just a nice snap suplex. It's a beautiful move, and it takes the two. That's what I love. It's a partnership. So yes, a suplex is my favorite.
Bueno, John, creo que
all sorts of suplexes.
Yes. Okay. Thank you, John. Creo que entendiste muy bien un suplex y que sabes que para un suplex se necesita un gran trabajo en equipo, que son dos movimientos. Creo que tú lo entendiste, así que no se necesita.
No se necesita.
What about you? What do you think?
¿Cuál es tu favorito, John? Te está preguntando Nelson.
Bueno, mi movimiento favorito es la de Tombstone Power Diver de Undertaker.
Dangerous, like
Andrés.
Owen Hart and Stone Cold. Oh. Yeah, that was the sit out one. Yeah, Jerry Lawler style. But yeah, the Tombstone's good.
Aunque uno importante y que me gusta mucho es la que realiza Seth Rollins.
Yeah, Seth Rollins is good.
Muy bien, Nelson, también, aparte de lucha libre, aparte de los géneros que hemos mencionado, también está el mundo de los superhéroes. No se me quede atrás con Arrow. Arrow en la 7ª temporada es algo muy bueno. Yo cuando vi la actuación, yo dije, Nelson Wood no puede ser. En el futuro, si es DC o Marvel, ¿qué superhéroe o antihéroe villano le gustaría que de pronto merezca ser un poco que llamado o quiera interpretar? Cuéntanos.
Y voy a complementar con algo porque siento que Arrow es uno de los más infravalorados y se necesita ese nivel.
Exacto.
Okay, as you know, Arrow was a success here in Latin America. We
Oh, good.
superheroes. John has said that he was amazed when he watched this 7th season. And see you. Oh yeah, Nelson. I got 2 questions. One from myself and one from John.
Okay.
Okay. What knowing all this universe, knowing all the not only Marvel and DC but all the houses has grown. Uh, what do you want to play in the future? Like superhero, an anti-hero, a villain? I don't know if it's something in specific. And I gotta tell you, I feel like Arrow is one of the most, oh man, underappreciated heroes. Because okay, we know that in Marvel we got the character that you know, yeah, but about Jeremy that he doesn't. But DC, the
Yeah,
Arrow,
Spider-Man, Superman, yeah. But
but
Arrow.
yes, but we feel that the Arrow from DC needs, oh man, he needs like some movie. He needs, I don't know. Can you tell us something about what your point of view about Arrow, and of course what do you want to play in the future in the superhero? Um, and I got to tell you, not only superhero, and I will steal this from John. I love your word Riverdale, and Riverdale was from a
Oh,
comic,
thank you.
Archie Comics.
Oh,
That's right.
So I don't know. And keeping with the adaptation of comics, not only superheroes, tell us.
Oh, well, the experience on set was amazing. I mean, the Arrow folks, the whole Greg Berlanti, CW, DC team are so wonderful. I got to, before I was on Arrow, because I live locally to where everything's filmed, I was able to sit in as an actor on table reads with Supergirl and with Arrow, and I even got to meet Cody Rhodes
Yeah, great.
at the table read, which
Yeah.
was awesome. And the rest of them, of course, like it was a dream come true. And then I got cast in the show, and they adopted me so nicely. The people working that I get to work with were so friendly, like a family. And the work was really fun. Like my character gets all beat up, and the day that I got all my makeup done, it was kind of funny. As I walked to set, everybody was very respectful, like as if I had gotten beat up. So it was it was really fun in terms of getting to do it. Going forward, my heroes, in terms of heroes, my acting heroes, were people like John Ritter and Jack Lemmon, but then later on also Christian Bale and Kevin Bacon. And those guys, like Kevin Bacon, could play your best friend in one movie, like Footloose, and He Said, She Said. And then like he gives you Sleepers and The River Wild and Stir of Echoes, and you're like, it's so jarring. So I've been lucky to get to play the sidekick and get to play sort of a warm character. So sidekicks, a hero would be nice, but the villain is always someone that's really interested to me. Like, how do you? Because the villain doesn't think they're the villain. The villain thinks they're the hero of their own story. So I think I'd love to play the villain at some point.
Thank you. Great answer. Bueno, John, esto aproveché también para hacerle, para contrapreguntar, porque le dije que no solo en Héroes, sino pues recordado el trabajo de Riverdale, pues Riverdale pertenece a un cómic, ¿no? Entonces,
sí.
obviamente que no, y es un trabajo increíble. Él dice que, bueno, es como lo escuchaste, que lo genial es que él vive cerca de la zona donde todo el equipo de Warner y de los creadores de toda esta serie, de todo este universo de series. O sea, te lo voy a decir algo. Él tuvo la suerte de estar en las mesas de trabajo donde se habló de Supergirl, donde se habló de Arrow, donde se habló de todo ese universo. Al estar en esas mesas de trabajo fue que, bueno, no solo conoció a Cody Rhodes, uno de nuestros héroes, tú sabes, sino que logró incluso esta participación. Tú sabes muy bien que es un episodio fuerte, fue duramente golpeado, hay un gran proceso de maquillaje ahí, y él dice que todo el set, todo el elenco fue muy comprensivo y fue un gran trabajo de equipo. Sobre héroes o villanos, él dice que sus héroes son actores como, bueno, él dice que más recientemente actores como Kevin Bacon o como Christian Bale, los otros los escuchaste, no los recuerdo ahorita, creo que ya Lemon. Y él dice que lo que le encanta de Kevin Bacon es que él puede interpretar el buen muchacho como en Footloose, pero después el villano con Slippers. Dice que
No.
se hace interpretar un villano porque el villano jamás pensará que él es el malo. Y eso que Nelson recalcó que él ha tenido la suerte incluso de interpretar al compañero, al Psychic. Pero sería un gran paso. Bueno, ahora imagínatelo al lado, en esa mesa donde estuvieran hablando de Supergirl, de Arrow, en esa mesa él sentado, ¿tú cómo estarías? No. I was telling that you were in the same table with all these people creating these amazing things. We will be dying, you know.
It was amazing. It was amazing. And getting to work with Stephen Amell. And Stephen Amell's got his new show Heels coming out, which is about wrestlers in, I think, Georgia. So that's going to be exciting. I don't know where he's shooting that, though. Maybe I'll move there to get a chance.
Puede que se mude al lugar donde se grabe el show Chills, que es sobre lucha libre. Y es con, o sea, imagínate, dice que se va a mudar. Yo creo que sí. Continúa, John, yo sé que estás emocionado.
De hecho, si Stephen Amell conoció en ese entonces Cody Rhodes, Stardust, puede ser que en alguna vez, en un fragmento, Nelson Gunn conozca a Triple H.
I think so.
Sí, puede ser. Muy bien. De hecho, quiero felicitarte, Nelson, porque lo más importante para ser un actor que ha estado en varios procesos del género, de series, películas, es un actor muy completo porque también aparece en Helsing, la serie, o sea, vampiros, superhéroes, deportes, animales, en la serie, eso es algo totalmente impresionante. Y de hecho, quiero recalcar ahí es, de toda la experiencia que has adquirido, ¿cuál cree que es de pronto el género que te hace falta por interpretar? Y no sé, por último, que nos diga, qué viene del futuro de Nelson Gunn.
Okay, Nelson, recapitulate. I don't know how we say it in English. Taking all your great artwork with all these series, we need to mention your work in Van Helsing. We love Van Helsing in Latin America since not only the movie, the series. We love the series. You had your work in Zoo. You had your work in very, very, very different types of storytelling in television and in cinema. There are two final questions. What do you think that you? Oh, I did a lot of stuff, but I think I missed this. I really need to do this kind of product. And what can you tell us to the people from Latin America? What are the projects that, okay, tell us something about Red Flats, Love is Trending, and Crimson Steel, Satin Night. With these titles, and Soul Man.
Oh, okay. I'm going to come back to the other titles in a bit. So if you'll have to remind me which ones those are.
Don't worry.
Yeah, I've been very fortunate to do this for the 20 years that I've done it. And I teach now. I teach acting to students. And the one thing you can't teach is to want to do this. So over 20 years, I've been very honored and grateful to be able to visit many different sets. But it's the thing that I love the most. I love getting to visit these different worlds in television and film and on stage. And so it's always been an honor to be able to do that. I teach my students that as an artist, it's important to get fueled by they haven't seen this yet. Sometimes if maybe you're not seen yet on TV and film, your height, your weight, your body type, your race, your outside look, or your inside soul, but they haven't seen it yet. So yes, to answer your question, there are many different roles that I would love to play, and I've been very lucky in theater and having some friends who are writers and who have envisioned me in some of their stories to be able to play things that are deeply personal and are part of a relative experience. But there's definitely lots of stories that I would love to inhabit one day. All of my heroes are people that I look up to. I'd love to inhabit those worlds as well, with my age, race, external qualities, and my internal qualities.
Okay, we got 10 minutes, so please
Okay.
tell us something about these projects. Red Flags, Love is Trending, and Crimson Steel Satin Night. What we can expect?
What was the first one?
Red S Flags.
Oh, okay. Red X Flags is still in post-production. It's an indie series that's cyberpunk, and it's a wonderful team. And Avery Fain is the showrunner on that, and it's I'm looking forward to seeing when that gets produced. Crimson Steel Satin Night is a comedic short film produced by Ian Tang and with a dear friend of mine, Ryan Steele. So hopefully that I'm looking forward to when that comes out. And Love is Trending is a romantic comedy starring Jen Lilly, who's also a recording artist, and I get to play her best friend Tristan, who's a fabulous, flamboyant publicist or marketing manager, and it's about it's a rom-com about a marketing manager who has to go home to her small town to help with her family's wedding, and she meets a guy there, and she has to decide whether it's going to be going back to the city or staying for love. Tough question.
And I will translate faster so we can end. Ok, dime, John, porque está acabando el tiempo.
Aprovecha para que se acabe el tiempo. Dígale sobre Far Cry 4.
Oh, yes,
¿Cómo
yes,
fue la
yes.
experiencia?
I need.
Oh, and the Love is Trending is directed by Christy Wilwolf, who I've worked with. She's created a company of actors, so I'm excited to be working with her.
Yes, and I need to ask this of I Punch Myself. How was the experience to work in Far Cry 4? This is a very Far Cry got like a call here. It's one of the most beloved video games.
Oh,
You need to know. Yes, no, we people love Far Cry. I mean,
Jhon.
really did it. So tell us about this experience very shortly.
I'm trying to remember if I signed something like an NDA, but in general, just to speak in general terms, they were amazing. They're amazing. The team that made Far Cry 4 was amazing, and it was such creative energy in the booth, and the writing was wonderful. One of the weirdest things to occur, though, as we're doing this over a few sessions, and the character goes through various traumas,
Yes.
and at one point, my character is sort of coaching himself, and he says a name, like he calls himself by his own name, and that's my Chinese name in real life. And the writers, there's my Chinese name isn't out there, so somehow through the magic of artists creating with each other, it was like coming home in that booth, working with all these amazing artists, and then suddenly on the page, I'm like, wait, that is my name. How did they know that? So it was a great fun, and I wish I could tell you that I recorded with the other guys, but I didn't. I was on my own with the other engineers and the creative artists, which was great. But I would have loved to have been in the booth with all the other cast. That would have been amazing.
And yes, it was Ubisoft.
Yes.
Él llegó en esos 20 años de carrera al punto donde enseña a sus alumnos y le dice a sus alumnos que, bueno, generalmente no se puede hablar de que hay un rol soñado, pero él les dio un consejo muy importante. sea cual sea lo que tus características internas o externas, sea cual sea tu raza, sea cual sea tus cualidades, sea cual sea tus defectos, sea cual sea esos elementos que tú conoces, tú tienes que buscar el rol que los dé a conocer a los demás, porque nadie los conoce. Tú eres el que te conoce. Él dice que, bueno, sobre estos 3 proyectos, Red Flats es una historia cyberpunk, que yo creo que ya con eso es más que necesario para verlo, pero que siguen toda la postproducción. Entonces, bueno, en Love is Trending es un trabajo que se está haciendo con Jen Lilly, que también es una cantante, es una rom-com, donde él hace el papel, digamos, como el asesor, ¿viste? Y ella tiene que hacer un viaje donde tiene que tomar una decisión muy importante. Tiene que ver con su carrera y su vida amorosa. Dice que es muy, muy duro. Y pues Crimson Steel Satin Night también es un proyecto con Ryan Steele, con el gran amigo de Ryan Steele, donde pues aquí hay una historia buenísima. Dice, 2 chicos juegan un videojuego y tienen que decidir ser un personaje gay. Ahí dice la historia.
Oh.
Lo importante de Far Cry, aquí va a morir Víctor. Dice que le hubiera gustado estar en la cabina con todos este gran elenco que fue Far Cry 4, que no tuvo esa suerte, pero, tú sabes muy bien que el personaje, él, es el que guía al protagonista. Resulta que hay un momento importante, tú te acordarás y recordará Víctor, donde él lo está aconsejando porque él pasa por todos estos traumas. Resulta que en ese momento él dice un nombre en chino. Ese nombre es el nombre real de Nelson, que lo reveló en ese momento porque se metió en el personaje y después él vio la grabación y dijo, oye, pero ¿por qué yo dije eso? Dicen que fue tan emocionante el proceso de grabación de su personaje en Far Cry que se involucró, tú sabes que es un juego súper psicológico, y pues no puede revelar mucho, pero puede que repita algo, ¿no? Con el gran equipo de Ubisoft. Sí. Y nada, yo creo que hay que felicitarlo. Nos quedan.
No, muy fuerte aplauso. Vamos a tomar la foto y luego a terminar como Triple H.
Okay, we are going to take the picture for promoting this, and we will end with the Triple H bit finale, but we start with the picture. Suppose.
1, 2, y...
One, another.
Are you doing another one?
Okay, another one. I will say action. In 2, 1, action.
Oh, my computer's all wet.
Amazing.
All right.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Nelson, esto ha sido increíble. Andrés, ¿qué tienes que decir?
No, this is amazing. Oh,
I'm gonna wipe that down.
okay, Nelson. No, thank you
Nelson,
so much.
muchas gracias por esta oportunidad.
Muchas gracias.
Muchas
Thank you.
gracias a su manager Ciarga. Gracias, Ciarga. Gracias también por toda Latinoamérica ver esto y van a amar a Nelson Wu. Muchas gracias, Nelson.
Thank you. Thank you very much, everybody.
We hope.
Thank you, John. Thank you, Andres.
No, thank you, man. Thank you. And we hope Latin America keep loving you, man. And with this interview, they will love you more. You're amazing, man.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you
Bye.
very much. Take care.
Ya saben, en la Sunpuliche Interview con Jhon Jatenjor los invita a suscribirse, darle me gusta, compartir y disfruten de estas grandes entrevistas inéditas a las grandes celebridades del séptimo arte a través de las traducciones simultáneas del inglés al español y del español al inglés y muchas curiosidades más.